Good morning. It is 6:26 a.m. in the morning, and I've been up since about 5:30 a.m. I have my alarm set to go off at 5 a.m., so still kind of waking up. It's been about an hour. Been messing around on the computer, doing some editing, things like that, and I've had one coffee, so I'm gonna go for coffee number 2. But I thought it would be kind of fun to give you a little insight on what I do, my day-to-day life. So let's do a day in the life of a sober man or something like that. I don't know, a day in the life of sobriety. So generally, I'll start my day off just like this. I'll wake up in the morning, make some coffee, have about 2 coffees, sometimes only 1. Today feels like a double coffee day. Now, I guess it really depends on what I have going on for the day. Today is a non-work day, so because I do work a full-time job, and I am currently training a lot for just personal health, but also to stay fit for wildland firefighting this summer, which could happen at any time. I've been on call now for probably about a month here in BC, Canada, but there hasn't been a ton of fires that have been so out of control that they need a lot of people. Haven't got the call yet. I am most definitely not a sugar guy, so I use sweetener in my coffee. I'm very sniffly as well and a bit stuffed up because this time of year, we're like June 3rd. My seasonal allergies get so bad, like to the point where I even struggled to get good nights of sleep. Oh man, that's good. I work a full-time job. I do construction work right now. 2 reasons why I started doing that. I left my office job to go do construction because I was very, very out of shape. Kind of let myself go a bit. I had gained quite a bit of weight and I wasn't going to the gym as often as I should, but so I left that and I went and started doing construction work to try to whip my body into shape. And it worked really, really well for doing that. But I also tend to injure myself a lot. It's just a part of the game, you know what I mean? There he is, crawling out of his hole. If you're new to the channel, or if you're a subscriber, I've never introduced you to my little guy, Biggs. Biggsy. Slow going, this guy. Come on, big guy. What's that? That thing is way too big for him. Early in the morning. Yeah. So it's a very nice morning out, actually. So what I got planned for this morning. If you've seen some of my TikTok or Instagram content, I recently pulled my back out pretty bad, trying to take it easy on it. I want to run. I also just tweaked it again at work, lifting something heavy. I think it's an actual muscular strain. Fingers crossed, especially because I'm on call for fires. So yeah, that's our morning for right now. Normally, I would try to go for a run nice and early, but oh, you coming to join us? You coming to hang out? Yeah. Yes, that's a good boy. I love this guy. Yeah. Oh, yeah, that feels nice, doesn't it? That feels nice. So here we are. We got a little chihuahua named Biggs. It is a gym day today, so we'll be going to the gym. But yeah, I don't think we'll be running. Come on, let's go. All right, I am all showered and cleaned up, ready for the gym. But I figured if I was gonna do a day in the life, I would show you what I'm eating for breakfast. So I try to eat this almost every single day. I probably eat this 5 days out of the week. On the weekends, I'll make myself a nice egg breakfast or something, but it just makes life simple and easy. So this is 1 cup of oats, 1 cup of water, a handful of blueberries, frozen blueberries, and normally 4 scoops of just this premium protein powder. I think it comes to about 650 calories for the whole bowl, about 60 to 65 grams of protein for breakfast. So it is 9:45, getting moving a little bit later than I would have liked this morning, but eat this up, head to the gym.
So I figured while we were on the drive to the gym, I would tell a little story that was kind of in my head this morning, my very first experience in AA. If any of you guys aren't familiar what AA is, it stands for Alcoholics Anonymous, and it's essentially a group setting where you go in and everybody sits in a group and shares their stories and what they're going through to get a lot of things off their chest. Or, they've been sober for a long time and they go to AA to kind of share their wisdom and what they've learned on their recovery journey with other people in the rooms. So years ago, I was giving recovery a real shot. And this is the first time that I ever truly considered AA. I'm living in a really run-down home at this time. I find a local AA meeting. It's not too far from my home. And I decide, okay, it's noon. I'm gonna go to this and see what it's like. So I show up at this weird place. It's like located, you have to walk down this weird, ugly ramp to like a mechanic shop. And there's a stairwell beside the mechanic shop. You go up these stairs and inside this little room above it is this, little area set aside for AA. So it's in this like run-down little corner area already. It's not looking very pretty, which didn't bother me. Like, it's not something that I needed. I didn't need a pretty AA room. So I go up into this building and I walk inside and I sit down, and there's probably about 15 or 20 people, and they're chatting and they're all kind of doing their thing. It's a little group of people that clearly know each other and they've seen each other around, and they've got coffee and they got all kinds of things going on. And so I sit down, and not knowing the protocol of AA, I sit down kind of right in the center of the room. We're all basically just in chairs that's facing one direction, which is the chairman's podium, basically. Anyways, I'm sitting in the middle of the room and they start the meeting and they go through the opening that most AAs go through. God, realizing it now, it's been a long time since I've been to AA. There's a thing that they do. They bring up, if you're new to AA, make yourself known or whatever. And this isn't mandatory. But when they did that, I just said, you know what, man, I'm here. I'm going to make myself known that, hey, I'm new in recovery. This is my first AA meeting. Just let them know. Fuck it. Like, don't be afraid. Just do it, right? It's already a fear of yours to walk through those doors. Just do it. So I say, yes, I'm new to AA. My name's Evan. Never been here before. And of course they go, welcome, welcome. Everybody in the room kind of looks at you and goes, welcome, welcome, welcome to AA. And then they open up the floor for anybody that wants to talk about their addiction or their struggles or whatever it is that they're going through. And I remember sitting there for like 15 seconds and nobody really said anything. Everyone was just kind of sitting there in silence. And I shit you not, this older gentleman, I don't know, maybe he was 50, 60 years old. He goes, you know what? Yeah, I'll talk. And I'll remember this for the rest of my life. He stands up. By the way, around me are a few empty chairs, and like a couple in front of me, a couple, behind me or whatever. I'm kind of, nobody's sitting right beside me. And he stands up and he walks over to the middle of the room and he sits on a chair right in front of me, kind of half turned, looking at me. And he just like focuses on me. And the first things that came out of his mouth was, if you don't fucking come back tonight at 5 p.m., you are not going to stay fucking sober. And he's angry in his voice. He's raised his voice really loud. He's like right in my face. If you don't fucking come back tonight at the 5 o'clock meeting, you will not stay fucking sober. If I don't see you here at 5 p.m., you're gonna drink. If you're also not here by tomorrow morning again at the same time, you're not gonna succeed, you're gonna fail, and you're not gonna stay sober. And he's like losing his mind almost at me. Like, he's so angry and upset. Like, there was no care in his voice. It was just him pointing at me in my face and telling me exactly what was gonna happen. Like, he knew exactly what was gonna happen. And I'm so uncomfortable. I don't know what to even do at this point. I'm just kind of dead staring him in the face. Nobody said anything in the room either, mind you. Nobody stood up and looked at him and said, yo, you need to like chill back, like step back. It's this guy's first time at AA, man. You don't need to be, going so hard. Me being me, of course, I just took it. I'm used to being screamed at. I've worked in the oil field for many years. So it's not like it really hurt my feelings or anything, but it definitely made me feel uncomfortable because I was on the spot, in the spotlight of the room, having some older, angry gentleman's finger pointed in my face telling me that I'm gonna fucking fail. He gets back up, he goes and sits in his chair, and he goes on about his life, and he starts talking about his problem. But something I recognize and I remember to this day is that his tone towards his life and everything else didn't change. He was very angry at everything around him. He was miserable with everything around him, and everything that came out of his mouth was a complaint. There was no gratefulness. There was no peace. There was no happy moments in any of the stories that he told. And I don't know what the guy's got going on. That's not for me to know. That's for him to know and him to figure out. I'm not here to judge who he is. But I just remember hearing him go over and complain. And it sounded like he hated his life, and he had so much gruff in his voice, and he sounded miserable. And all I could think in my head was, if I ever manage to get sober and stay sober, I don't want to be anything like this guy, because he looks fucking miserable. Well, what's the point of getting sober if I'm just miserable and I hate my life and nothing in my life is good? And mind you, this gentleman had been sober quite a long time. If I can remember correctly, he was, I don't know, something around 10 years sober or 12 years sober or something like that. Sooner than I realized, an hour had passed and the meeting was over. I remember a guy came up to me and he put his hand on my shoulder and he said, "Hey man, I just wanted to say that maybe don't listen to that guy. Maybe just ignore what he had to say for today. I don't want that to scare you from coming back to AA. You can work your way into AA at your own pace. You don't have to listen to this guy." And it's funny because the only thing running through my head, I'm going to do myself one favor. I'm going to make it through this AA meeting and then I'm going to drink. I did not sign up for this. And if that's what it means to get sober, I'm not getting sober, because that is not what I thought sobriety was. That was the excuse I needed to not pursue it any further. Not doing it. It's not happening. Later, I'm going to the alcohol store. I'll never see you motherfuckers ever again. Nope. Over that shit real quick. I just thought that would be an interesting AA story to tell you. I did end up going back to AA a lot more after that. I did continue to keep giving recovery a try. We're at the gym now, so let's get in there. Let's do a solid push session. Let's get in there and do our thing. I haven't done much dumbbell chest pressing, so I don't know the numbers exactly, and I'm having a cramp in my hip. Ow. Cramp in my damn hip. I guess we could try to press 80s. Let's try 80s. Oh, they don't go up to 80s, they go as high as 75s. Out here anyway. All right, so I actually just had to wrap it up really quickly in the gym. Managed to get a couple other exercises done. I don't know what I'm gonna include in the video. I just got the call from head office that we are being sent out to a fire tomorrow. And I was originally gonna wrap the vlog up right there because now I gotta go home and get ready, but I just decided, whatever, like, let's keep it going. Like, this is a day in a life. This is a day in my life, my sober life. This is what's happening, so might as well include it, make it into the vlog. This is it. I guess that's pretty much it for the vlog today. Made it home a couple hours ago, but since then I've been kind of just, well, editing this video and going through some of my gear to try and make sure that I have everything for the deployment. Sorry about the noise overhead. We got planes and helicopters and everything going on. Thanks for checking out the video, first of all. This was essentially a day in my life, in my sober life. It seems a lot more exciting because of this kind of stuff doesn't happen every day for me, but if you enjoyed what you saw, consider sticking around. I've got some other content if you want to check that out. It's on my channel. Hopefully I make it back soon enough and I can start making content again. I don't know if I'm going to be able to make content out there, so might be a few weeks. That's okay. I only got about 16 subscribers right now on the channel, so if you're one of those 16 people and you're watching this video, I appreciate your support, and I will see you guys hopefully soon. Check out my other videos right here. Check them out. Hopefully you like them. Bye.